Oh gosh, you know, when I was little, it was really hard. But I think, you know, I have come to realize that there are amazing things about my dyslexia. So I think neurodiversity is a bit of a catch-all phrase for people with different minds. So it's dyslexia, ADHD, dyspraxia, autism, and these are people who have superpowers and can really help businesses in lots of different ways. So I'm actually dyslexic, so just to put it into context, 35% of entrepreneurs are dyslexic, 40% of self-made millionaires are dyslexic. So there's something about our brains that make us more creative, more entrepreneurial. So it's a real superpower, and it's something companies need to nurture. Yeah, I mean, when I was little, it was really, really tough, but I've kind of come to realize that being dyslexic is like my core USP. We're more creative, we're more empathetic, which makes us really good leaders. They're not really sure why. It might be because when we were young we had so many troubles kind of fitting in and keeping up at school. We just empathize with people that are different as well. And we're highly intelligent and have, you know, big EQs. So it's just an amazing advantage for me running a business, being able to have these traits. Yes, I can't spell, but who cares? For me, the whole platform was founded on helping businesses connect with diverse talent, partly off the back of my dyslexia, partly off the back of the fact I'm a sole female tech founder. I mean, at my stage, only 2.2% of funding goes to women at my stage. And I think it's also partly off the fact I used to work at MTV, and I was surrounded by people who we were just hiring off word of mouth, mates and mates, and we weren't getting this fresh injection of skills and talent coming into the business. And I've realized that, you know, inclusivity and reflecting teams that reflect society as a whole are just better, and they're more creative, and it's better for business. So on the dots, we're 62% female now, we're over 34% BAME, and that's our members, and 16% LGBT, and we do a lot of work on neurodiversity and socioeconomic movement. Someone gave me a bit of shit on Twitter saying that's not very diverse because you're 62% female, but the honest truth is LinkedIn skews the other way. So I'm really proud to skew it the other way. I think being upfront about it, it can be quite hard. So on my email signature, I put delightfully dyslexic, excuse typos, and it just means that everyone knows up front that I have dyslexia, which means they go from judging my emails, and if there's bad spelling or punctuation, they go to empathizing. And so I would suggest any young creative or anyone coming into the industry to put that on their email signature and just being open about it. I think another thing is I think more senior leaders need to be open about their neurodiversity. You know, I love James Hilton, who started AKQA, is talking about his autism. I'm talking about my dyslexia, because I think it enables an environment where more junior talent feel comfortable talking about things that are superpowers but can also be perceived as negatives. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, there's no silver bullet. I think there's quite a bit of tokenism at the moment. I think it really, you have to, if you're serious about inclusivity and diversity, it has to really come from the top and embed into everything you do. So we advise companies we work with to always have second interview diversity quotas. When it comes to neurodiversity, having a recognition that some people, for example, if you have autism, you might not perform well in interviews, but is that why you're hiring them, or are they, you know, going to be the genius data scientist in the corner? It doesn't matter if they're not so good in interviews. So it's all from that level to actually having an environment where people with diverse minds or just diverse thinking can really thrive in that environment. And that's not a kind of a quick silver bullet, but that's having the intent and learning and building that within your organization. So it's a wonderful, inclusive place for everyone. And off the back of it, there's amazing research that teams where there's inclusivity, or where the team is representative of society as a whole, they're 48% more likely to stay in that business. And there's a massive issue of churn in our industry right now, and if people are really serious about getting that churn numbers down, that's at the heart of part of this, is making an inclusive and diverse team, and that really is exciting. So the best people are just not going to go to the rubbish companies who are not doing it.